The Chicago Bears finally get a win. A home win at best. It's been in over a year since the Bears last had a home win. And the Bears have got a W. They beat the Las Vegas Raiders by the score of it was basically a 30 to 6 game, but the final score the final score was 30 to 12. Um Tyson Bagent in his first career start as Bears quarterback gets the W. And hey, the Bears, I guess you can honestly on all fronts played really well. Outside, I think of the first drive. I think offensively, outside of the first drive, the last drive before halftime, and then a little bit of that last drive till they kicked the field goal to basically like ice the game really at that point. Um, it looked good. It looked good. It looked nice. Defensively, they were solid. Only thing is, yeah, they played a backup quarterback in Brian Hoyer, who was honestly not that good today. But at the end of the day, you got to play who you got to play in front of you, and the Bears got the job done, and they won a damn game today. And listen, I'm content. I'm happy. I'll take it. If you're obviously looking into Bears draft pick standards, the Bears still hold the overall first round pick due to the Panthers being terrible. They're on a bye week, so they don't get a victory. They don't have to get a victory this week. So I guess we're looking at that picture. That's good. And then right now, I believe if you go look on tankathon.com, the Bears should have the fourth overall pick now. Because the Giants won. Yeah. So right now the top four picks are the Panthers at 1, which is the Bears, Denver at 2, Arizona at 3, and now Chicago is at the fourth pick. I guess if you want the Bears to have back-to-back picks, you got to hope somehow, some way, the Broncos and the Cardinals win a game again to even get there. Otherwise, they're just gonna go 1-16, I guess. But we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But anyways, the Bears got a victory. I'll take it. Um, Listen, very little negatives. Very little negatives from today. I just want to kind of be positive. So today's show might be a little bit shorter, but again, that's kind of thing. Also, my Uncle Daryl isn't joining in on today. I guess there's crazy things going on in Germany if you pay attention to the world. And plus he's been busy too. But anyways, my negatives for the game. I guess in some areas it's still some of Luke Getsy's play calling. Some of Luke Getsy's play calling is still baffling, even with Tyson Bagent in the game. It was still baffling in some areas. The 2 minute period was probably the one thing that infuriated me the most in terms of the coaching staff of this damn game. And it was just the absolute idiocracy that was that 2 minute period that the Bears tried to run. And what I mean by that is they were aggressive enough to try to get into field goal range or get a touchdown before half ended. But at the same time, they were conservative as hell. After one of the plays, I think they ran like some sort of screenplay to Darnell Mooney. What is it? They have all three timeouts available to use. And for some odd reason, either Getsy or Eberflus do not call a timeout to freaking call it to run another play, call a timeout, stop the clock, and actually keep moving the ball down. They just let the clock go down and down and down and tick and talk and tick and talk. And at that point, they blew up basically 20, 25 seconds off the clock. Next thing you know, by the time they snap the ball, it's like 19 seconds left to go in the game in the first half. And I'm just like, you people, are you trying to freaking win a game? Or are you trying to lose a game? But then they call a timeout when Tyson Bagent gets sacked. And then now they call the timeout. And I'm just like, what the hell? And then they had freaking Nathan Peterman be the one to throw the damn Hail Mary at the end of the first half, which I understand they may not have any confidence in Tyson Bagent's arm strength, but at least let him be the one to throw the Hail Mary. It's just like how I feel at the end of the game. That freaking Nathan Peterman doing the freaking knee in freaking in game-winning position. They had Nathan Peterman take the knee. He didn't do anything. He didn't contribute to any of this game. Why couldn't Tyson Bagent be the one to down the knee and be the one to freaking take the knee and win the game. But no, it's got to be Nathan Peterman, right? Stupid shit. You know, we don't want to have the quarterback controversies get started up, even though we know there's going to be quarterback controversies getting starting up literally this week. You're going to hear it all over the radio shows from Bear fans alike. Some Bear fans will still have, and even on Twitter too, some Bear fans will still have, you know, their love for Justin Fields, but you're going to have a lot of freaking fans be like, the offense flowed a lot better, you know, with Tyson Bagent. Now, I will only say my only defense in that argument for those people saying that is we played the Las Vegas Raiders. The Las Vegas Raiders had a backup quarterback. If Jimmy G was playing this game, we'd probably lose this game because you want to know why? Jimmy G, when he sees the Chicago Bears in blue and orange, he starts feasting on them. You can look at every game we played against Jimmy G. For some odd reason, he goes off against us. We can't beat the guy for some odd reason. What is it? And then on top of it, the Raiders' defense is absolutely abysmal. They couldn't stop the run. Literally, they couldn't stop the run, which helped Tyson Bagent out a lot. Simple as that. I guess that adds to another, you know, I guess one of my critiques I can have for the Bears coaching staff is, where the hell was this offense when Justin Fields is in the damn football game? Now, we'll talk obviously about passing-wise, but I'm talking about, like, literally legitimately straight up running the damn football. Why can't we do this? You know, I saw the Bears go under center a lot more this game than they ever do with Justin Fields. With Justin Fields, they always basically have him out in shotgun. They never have him under center. I felt like they ran more under center, run plays for Tyson Bagent. They freaking got in the I formation a lot more for Tyson Bagent, and they just straight up ran the ball and gave the running backs more carries than what they do with Justin Fields. Justin Fields is like, we got to prove he can pass. Instead of just saying, maybe if you just run the ball, it would open up your passing game, and then it would make teams a lot harder for the Bears to be a defended team, offensively defended team. Again, the Bears are a power running football team. Even though they have a very talented quarterback at this point in time, keep running the damn football, especially if it's working. Why Luke Getsy continues to baffle me with the play calling decisions in regards to how Justin Fields is play called and Tyson Bagent is play called in already just one game alone. It just frustrates the hell out of me. Literally frustrates the hell out of me. So you're telling me we can run and let me go see the carries in terms of totals for carries. For the Bears. Let's see. Box score. Chicago Bears. The Bears had 38 carries today for 173 yards. So about pretty much their average usual. But even then, 38 carries is still a lot. And trust me, from the eye test alone, it felt like they ran the ball a lot more than they do with Justin Fields. Again, help your young quarterback who's trying to find his way in the NFL run the damn football. Which also leads me to the fact that, hey, listen, I guess we can say a standout for today's game. Honestly, my MVP of the game today is probably Deontay Foreman. Foreman was absolutely doing it all today. He had three TDs, 2 rushing, 1 receiving touchdown. He did it all today. And this was the second week back-to-back where he had another solid outing. You also can question the Bears coaching staff. Why in the blue hell is this guy not being activated and getting reps? Why has he been inactive the past few weeks? He can actually come in, give you some actually good yardages. So even when Roschon and Khalil Herbert comes back, there needs to be a 3-down running back by committee type of thing. Get Foreman some carries in there. You're telling me you're just going to go with Herbert and you're going to go with Herbert and Johnson and just we're good? Nah, the last 2 games show me enough. Foreman needs to be in this freaking rotation of running backs, and he needs to be an active player, and he needs to be getting carries too, because there's carries where he was just dragging like almost damn near 4 Raider players on his back, and he was still pushing, and he was still getting yards. Like, I'm sorry. After this game, he cannot be inactive going forward. I don't give a crap. He has to get carries. He has to be in this 3-down back set with Khalil Herbert and Roschon Johnson. What I saw Deontay Foreman do today, he needs to be in the freaking rotation. And that's obviously the thing. Running back wise, they were good. Darrington Evans, he was solid too. There was still some plays that I was just like, what the hell are we play calling? That weird like toss thing play. They did it multiple times. I don't like it. And another thing I kind of also have an issue is the outside blocking. The receivers, to my knowledge, they just don't want to freaking block for shit. Like they don't want to block. It feels like to me they don't want to block, or they just get blown up. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. But rushing was really the story today. If not for the Bears rushing the ball as good as they did, who knows? Maybe this game is a lot tighter. Maybe the Bears still come out winning, but just with a lower score. And then two, what is it? If not for the rushing, it probably doesn't help Tyson Bagent out a lot today too. Receiving wise, I thought the receivers did solid. Today, DJ Moore and Darnell Mooney kind of led the group today. DJ Moore had 8 targets today. Didn't really have to do much, but hey, you still targeted him. He got over 50 yards receiving. You'll take it. He did drop a touchdown. He should have had a touchdown, but he dropped one. And then Darnell Mooney, he kind of, I guess you could say, by his standards, he had somewhat of a coming out party, I guess. He didn't do much in the receiving game, but at least you saw that, hey, what is it? He got the ball thrown to him. He got 4 catches for 32 yards, and DJ Moore got targeted 9 times, but he had 8 receptions. You'll take it. Tyler Scott got 2 receptions. Shockingly enough, the tight ends didn't even get targeted, so Cole Kmet didn't really get any targeted, so that's kind of the thing there. But regardless, you'll take it. You'll take it. Defensively, I thought the defense was really good today. Outside of a few downs, or a few plays, I thought they still, in some cases, Eberflus wasn't aggressive enough, and he still sat back in that zone defense that I just don't like. I don't understand. We're a bad football team, and we have nothing else to lose. Dial up the pressures, dial up the blitzes. Don't sit back in that zone, because the only bad things continue to happen. I'll take it. Jalen Johnson was probably the standout player on defense today. He had 2 interceptions, had a pretty overall solid game today. I also thought the run stopping, the front line in terms of the run, they did really well today too. I'm not good on the pass because we only got like 1 sack today, which again, it could be better, but I can't be mad about it. At least they got a sack. But regardless, I still, let me look at the set. Let me look at the team stats. Don't think. Yeah, I think we only had 1 sack. Whatever. Yeah, we had 2 sacks today. That was another thing. So that's kind of the thing. The defense was good. The run defense was good. Surprisingly enough, against Josh Jacobs, they literally sold out to run. And again, when the Raiders are just throwing out Brian Hoyer, you're not going to be freaking scared to get beat by Brian Hoyer. You're going to probably let him beat you with his arm. That's probably what you want. You just don't want the Bears or you just don't want the run to get started. And that's kind of what was the opposite of what, the Raiders did on defense. The Raiders couldn't stop the run on defense whatsoever. It only made Tyson Bagent's life a lot easier. So when he had to throw the ball, he made nice throws. And that only was just more back-breaking stuff right then and there. So going into Sunday Night Football against the Chargers, the Bears have to replicate the same thing. Run the football, especially against the Chargers. Run the football a lot so you keep running the clock. And on top of it, you keep the ball out of Justin Herbert's hands. Because trust and believe, Justin Herbert, it ain't going to be like Brian Hoyer. Justin Herbert will tear this defense apart. Trust and believe. He will tear this defense apart. And I don't know, I'm probably not even going to go to that game anyways. If Fields was playing that game, I probably would have went to that game. I know he could be like, game for 15, you should probably still go to a Bears game, even though Tyson Bagent's a starting quarterback. But at that point, I'm like, I think it would be too late to go to the tickets. And then I think I already made my decision to go to the Clippers game, to go watch my Clippers play Victor Wembanyama. So I'll probably be putting the game on the side as the basketball game's going on anyways. By the time the basketball game is like starting, the game probably would be near close to ending anyways. But regardless, as I was saying, Um, as I was saying, um, next week Bears got to do the same thing on offense. Run the ball, keep Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense off the field. Tyson Bagent, don't make any mistakes. Do enough to win the game and everything. But again, the defense was solid. Jalen Johnson, he had 2 interceptions. I'm happy for it. Obviously, after the pick six he got, he did the freaking like cash thing where he was getting his hand and sliding the cash, like, which is basically saying pay him. Which, if Ryan Poles does not pay Jalen Johnson, who is a solid corner, I'm not saying he's like an all-pro corner or anything. He's a really good player to have on your team. And he's a guy that, hey, he's right now your number one freaking corner on the team. And you can see when he's gone how much his presence is missed. So Ryan Poles, I do not need him to get so funny with his money and so tight with it. Pay the freaking Jalen Johnson, because that's a solid player, a solid veteran to have in the locker room, to have on your team, to make sure, hey, life is going to be a lot easier. We know Tyreek Stevenson, he's struggling a bit, as a rookie. But guess what? We have another side where, hey, I'm not saying it's lockdown, but it's a solid side where we have confidence in this guy. And then we know he can lock up some of the best, and he can limit the damage to what they can do. So if Ryan Poles lets this guy, like so many other Ryan Pace dudes that were solid players, just up and walk out of the building and just not pay him because, oh, that's the guy from the previous regime, I'm going to draft my own guys and everything, well then, what type of winning culture are you supposed to build? Like, I'd rather have a solid veteran corner on the team in a Jalen Johnson, and not be stuck with young corners trying to find their way in the league, and then you wonder why our secondary is getting torched. Now, say a guy like Eddie Jackson, he can get the hell out of the building because guess what? He always gets hurt. Yeah, Jalen Johnson's been getting nicked up a bit, but he hasn't been consistently getting hurt like a freaking Eddie Jackson. That's why I said last week, Eddie Jackson can kick rocks. You can trade Eddie Jackson away. One, because he's got a big contract. Two, he's not living up to that contract because he's always getting hurt. Jalen Johnson, I think you pay him, you're fine at your corner position. The trio of Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, and then Tyreek Stevenson, who I still have issues with, I think he really might need to take a seat down. You might need to go back to Jalen Jones again, because Jalen Jones was a solid player for us last year. I think Tyreek Stevenson, I know he needs to get the reps, but honestly, Tyreek Stevenson, I'm of the opinion he needs to take a seat down. He's obviously, teams are going to go out his way. I won't be shocked if the Chargers go out his way. At some point, you got to sit him down and say, kid, it's going too fast for you. You're not doing what you need to do. You're letting guys freaking go free, and you're just getting freaking burned. I'm not going to take any chances. You sit back, you learn. We're going to put somebody else in to see that hopefully that we can get more out of that side of the ball. Because my only issue is he gets beat easily in coverage in some parts. And then he consistently gets pass interferences, and I don't like it. He doesn't get his head around. That's kind of a whole thing. I don't know who the DB coach for the Bears is, but they need to do a better job at teaching these DBs, these corners especially, because Jalen Johnson got called for a PI as well in this game. They need to do a better job. The DB coach needs to do a better job at harping down for his corners to get their heads around when the ball is in the air. Because the ball is in the air and they don't get their heads around, and all they're doing is face guarding the receiver, making it hard for the receiver to catch the ball. You're going to get called for PI every single week. You have to get your head turned around. I did not like that. That's terrible awareness. That only tells me the DB coach is not telling these corners, hey, look at the receiver's eyes. The receiver's eyes will tell you if he's going up for a pass or to catch a football. Basically, that's kind of it. Defensively, I'll take it. We had 3 turnovers, 3 interceptions. I'll take it. Solid day for the defense, and especially for a defense that's kind of like of this caliber, you need turnovers to fuel it. And even one of those turnovers we got ended up getting a touchdown for us. So that's good. Complementary defense helps out the offense, and the offense goes and score points. There you go. That's how it needs to be. I forgot to talk about the offensive line. The offensive line, they were fine for the most part. Larry Borum, I don't know what the status on Braxton Jones is. I hope a question is asked. Like, what is the status of Braxton Jones? Because right now, this is back-to-back weeks. Larry Borum has not played really good football. He's getting called for holding penalties, and clearly he's not doing so well. So hopefully Braxton Jones is back sooner rather than later. Can a reporter please ask these questions? I'm telling you, if I was a Bears beat reporter, I would be asking some of these questions that you need to know. I would be asking, what was the issue with the 2 minute, period before the end of the half? What was that whole reference? I'd be asking, why is Tyson Bagent not the one ending the game on the knee? Why is it Nathan Peterman? What's the progress on Braxton Jones? These questions that need to be asked, but these damn reporters, they keep asking these rhetorical questions that are literally the same exact questions. Some of them are just absolutely stupid, which goes to show you how bad the media is in Chicago, because they're just looking at shit just to talk about things and bring controversy. Speaking of controversy, before we end the video off, let's get to the quarterback controversy we have in our hands right now, because the fans are going to freaking just get it started with Tyson Bagent. Statistic wise, Tyson Bagent, he was 21 for 29 for 162 yards passing, and 1 TD. You'll take it. He only took 2 sacks today, and he was solid. He was solid. You'll take it. You'll take it. He only took 1 sack today. You'll take it. You'll take it. Good performance. He did enough to have the Bears win the game, didn't do enough to lose the Bears games. Obviously, like I said earlier, the running game helped him out. Now, obviously, the number one thing people are going to say is the offense seemed to flow a lot better with Tyson Bagent under center than a Justin Fields. Now, again, Tyson Bagent has to continue to put up solid performances till Fields gets back. If he does that, Fields comes back. Fields isn't playing up to the standard the offense needs to be played at. Well, then you're going to find out, okay, who the hell is the problem? What is the problem? And then you'll find out, okay, now we know it was so-and-so. Now, Luke Getsy still calls bad play calls. And we all know Luke Getsy is a terrible play caller for this offense. Obviously, the thing is, does the offense flow better with Bagent as opposed to Fields, just from the aspect that we're seeing things Bagent is doing that we don't see Fields doing? Again, I love Justin Fields, but some of the things Tyson Bagent is doing right now that I'm not seeing Fields do. Bagent is very decisive in the pocket. He knows when that internal clock needs to go off, and he gets the ball out. Yeah, there was times he held the ball on a little bit too long and almost got himself into trouble. But the one thing I can appreciate, again, like I said last week, Tyson Bagent is getting the ball out of his hands. When it's typically a 3-step drop and the receiver is running an out route, he's throwing with anticipation. He's getting the ball out. He's trusting his receivers to make a play on the ball, to catch the ball and do something. Get the ball to his play call. Get the ball to his playmakers. Justin Fields, on the other hand, he holds the ball on a little bit too long because, hey, he's processing the game a little bit too slow. Again, this is no downside or me hating on Fields or me saying start Tyson Bagent full time. But listen, if Tyson Bagent is getting the ball out faster, you can pose that question to Justin Fields saying, dude, why can you not do this? Why can you not get the ball out faster? If I'm seeing a receiver run a simple out route, even though it may look covered to you, it's an open NFL window right then and there. Throw it. It's not going to get picked off. Bagent threw a pretty tight window slant. Fields wouldn't take that opportunity. He doesn't trust his arm, for whatever reason. Again, obviously you're going to have the memes all over Twitter and some Bear fans saying Tyson Bagent needs to be the starter going forward, even when Fields comes back from injury, because what's his face? Bagent gets the ball out fast, and that's nice. Yeah, and I will admit the offense did flow a lot better today than it has, in really the 4 or 5 games Justin Fields was doing or stinking up the joint, really. I guess you can say with, the bad play calling, a bunch of other stuff. Again, we could be getting issues again. We could be getting quarterback controversies, and we could be getting things going on, especially with the draft factoring into this whole thing. You know, again, it's the thing of Tyson Bagent comes in, he plays solid football, he's not doing anything to kill the team, and he's playing well. And Justin Fields comes back from his thumb injury, and he is not doing well. We'll find out the answers, and we'll say, okay, then Justin Fields is just not figuring it out. And then two, you're gonna be like, why not just go back to Bagent then? Why are we going back to Justin Fields? But again, it's only one game with Tyson Bagent, really, 1.5 games for Tyson Bagent. You know, you're gonna have your Bear fans go on the radio waves and say everything and things like that. I will say the one thing Tyson Bagent does better than Justin Fields is he gets the ball out faster. Justin Fields is often the more talented player, but only problem with Fields is he doesn't get the ball out fast. It needs to be that. So it's like when it's a step 1, 2, 3 step drop, ball needs to be out. If I'm saying DJ Moore is running a simple out route, that ball needs to be out the moment you take your third step in your back pedal. Simple as that, or in your drop actually. So we'll see where this goes. Yeah. So listen, I have to admit it ain't a good look on Justin Fields of the fact that a Division II quarterback can come in. Offense honestly flows really well, and the offense flows very well, very well. And the last few games outside the Washington and the Denver game, the offense wasn't really doing much of anything. So Justin Fields, when he comes back, he's going to really have to step his game up to prove to Ryan Poles and these coaches, hey, I think you can keep me around here. But we'll see. I guess one more thing. Only thing else I didn't like was the fact that we had 9 penalties for 110 yards, especially that one last drive where we ended up making it 3 to 24, because we had back-breaking penalties, man. Like, the penalties got to stop. Last year, the Bears were really good at not getting penalties. This year, they're like a completely different team when it comes to getting penalties. They're very undisciplined. Like, you cannot have 9 penalties for 110 yards. That's not good enough. That is not good enough. Like, if you're having that statistic, that ain't good. Like, literally, it ain't good. 9 for 110 yards. Like, that's not good. The Raiders only had 2 for 15. Even though they still lost, like, I'd rather take 2 for 15 than 9 for 10. 9 for 110. Like, if we had what the Raiders had in terms of penalties, we might actually put a 40 burger on them. Simple as that. But anyways, that's basically all I got to say about today's game for Bears Raiders. The Bears get the W. Tyson Bagent looked good. Justin Fields, whenever he comes back, he has to play better. Otherwise, he's not going to be in Chicago much longer. Pay Jalen Johnson, Ryan Poles. And that's kind of the thing. I still want this coaching staff fired, though. Don't get no facts about that. This coaching staff can get the hell out of this damn city because these coaching staffs don't know what the hell they're doing. Again, the 2-minute period before halftime shows you well enough why this coaching staff needs to be fired from this damn organization. Anyways, I'm going to watch the afternoon slate of games. I'm happy the Bears won. We can finally have a victory Monday tomorrow morning. I can drive to work feeling really happy. Anyways, I'm going to get out here. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, guys, stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.